Happy New Year's, or Happy New Year's Eve, my friends. I am doing this video because I want to ask a favor of you. I want you to join me to make 2018 a year of health. The reason I'm asking this is because I have been saddened this year by the death of several friends and colleagues, which I consider before their time. It wasn't because of suicide. It wasn't because of depression. It was due to chronic illnesses or sudden events, such as heart attacks, that took them before their time. These are people in their 50s, 60s, or barely 70. And in this day and age, they shouldn't have to die so early. I'm not ready to lose my friends and colleagues. I want you to let me help you find a longer, healthier life. One of the reasons we're seeing people die sooner is because we're getting overweight and obese much sooner, and so for a longer period of time than 50 years ago or 60 years ago. Just this shows you that back in 1960 and 62, obesity was at about 12%. But over the decades, it has gone up until about 2003, 2004, it was over 30%. And I can tell you now at the end of 2017, it's more like 37%. If you put overweight and obese together, it started out about 45%. And over here in 2003, 2004, it was around 70%. Now it's closer to 75%, or 3 out of 4 people are overweight and or obese. This isn't good for our bodies. And it has to be something that we understand is not normal. Because if it was normal, we'd still be at these lower levels. But now we're up here, so it's not normal. And people can say, oh, it's the sugar, or it's because we're not moving as much. It is so much more than that. It is understanding what we take into our body and the effects of different toxins. It could be chemicals, it could be cigarette smoke, it could be pollution, are affecting our body's ability to take care of itself. If we just look at one category, which is diabetes, we look back at 1958, and at that point, it was like 1 to 2 million people had diabetes. Now they were looking at type 1 and type 2. That was about 1% of the population. And did you know that it was in this era, the early to mid 50s, that we started seeing a significant growth in what we call our fast food industry? We started seeing the likes of multiple White Castles, multiple Burger Kings, multiple McDonald's. And it was in 53 that Swanson made the TV dinner famous. Now, there had been other companies that had tried doing frozen TV dinners, but Swanson understood how to market it. And that's what he was good at, was marketing. He found a unique position that made people want to buy his product. The same with the fast food industry. It was the fast, it was the easy, it was the how to not spend as much time in the kitchen. But the problem was, to make the foods taste like we want them, they had to add a lot of, yes, salt and sugar and fat, because they provide taste. Because a lot of processed foods don't have a lot of great taste. So the more you add salt and fat and sugar, the more your taste buds say, I want this. And sure enough, by 2015, we had almost 24 million people with diabetes. And I can tell you, the vast majority of them are type 2. It was up to past 7% of our population now have diabetes. That wasn't natural. If it was natural, we would have seen it over here too. So it's not the expected way we're supposed to age. It's what we're being exposed to that's creating this, what we've been told we should be putting in our body that's doing this. This is what I also learned, oxidative stress. Now, what is oxidation? It is a chemical change where something is exposed to oxygen, which then breaks it apart. In food, part of it is the nutrition that we need, and then they have left over what's called a free radical. Excuse me. Now, a free radical is dangerous for the body, and so our body fights to get rid of that and remove it from the body. But if it can't, it stores it in our organs. And these are the diseases, excuse me for my nose, the diseases that can cause from too many free radicals and the oxidative stress that stays around. These are major organs for us. Look at this. We have angioplasty, which are basically for carotid artery disease. You have rheumatoid arthritis, which is called an immune disorder, but it's affected by the amount of oxidative products in our body. The lungs too, asthma, adult respiratory distress syndrome, brain problems, the ability to bounce back after trauma, after strokes, the effect it has on creating or aggravating Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's. We have cancer, we have atherosclerosis, we have liver problems, ischemic bowel disease problems, cataracts, kidney problems, even psoriasis and dermatitis are influenced by oxidative stress. And we're getting that from the foods we eat. Now, there's a Dr. Lim who does work in Santa Rosa, California, and also works with Dr. Madougal, who has been working with people for the last 40 plus years on what's called a whole food plant-based diet. And thousands of people have found they've had healthier weight, improved cholesterol, improved blood pressure, improved blood sugar, all of which mean less medication, by increasing the amount of whole food plant-based products into their diet. Now, not everyone is 100%, but the closer you get to this, the healthier you get, the less you need medication, the longer you live. So it can prevent and reverse heart disease and diabetes. I am an example of that. I started with a whole food plant-based diet at the end of January 2017, and yeah, I did lose some weight. But the headlines shouldn't be, gee, Pat McGuire lost some weight. It's Pat McGuire was able to get off her medicine for type 2 diabetes. Pat McGuire was able to get off her blood pressure medicine. Pat McGuire was able to get off her medicine for reflux. Pat McGuire was essentially able to get off her medicine for high cholesterol. Pat McGuire's knee got better, healed much quicker than expected, because she was providing it with nutrition to help with inflammation and oxidation. I had a meniscal tear repair in May. I got better much faster than my physician thought. It may also slow the progression of some types of cancer. And then it could help stuff like rheumatoid arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease, multiple sclerosis. Now, all of these changes I found for myself led me to decide to become an independent Arbonne consultant. Okay, yes. Oh, network marketing. Terrible thing. No, relationship marketing, where people who have experienced positive results want to share what they have found to help others. And Arbonne was founded by a man who wanted to create products for his family and friends that were extremely low, if not totally without cancer causing and other toxic chemicals that are used routinely in products for like facial care, makeup, any personal care products, because those products get absorbed through a major organ, which is called the skin. And then our body has to try to fight them off, which, believe it or not, leads into, since most of them are fat soluble, leads into the body putting fat around them and encasing them and storing them in your body. And we look at obesity, and it's our body working hard to take care of and protect it from the toxins that come from us. Yes, overeating is part of it, but eating in a way that does not allow your body to do its job is also part of it. And Arbonne has products that are pure, safe, and beneficial, which is why I decided to become a consultant so I can share this information. They don't say they cure diseases. They provide products in their nutritional line that supports the body in its job of keeping us healthy. They support the body in its job of removing toxins and dangerous chemicals from our body, because the kidneys and the liver and the skin all work to remove toxins from our body. Our lungs also to a certain extent. But if they're overloaded, it's very hard to do it. And then they start breaking down as those toxins stay, in contact with them for longer and longer periods of time. Or they stop different parts of our body from working effectively. That's what type 2 diabetes is. It's the inability of the insulin to do its job because it's being blocked by many of those fat cells that are holding on to toxins that's trying to protect the body from. But instead we get worse. These are the types of information and support materials that are part of the Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living, providing you with information, resources, links to help you understand how healthy nutrition can make for a healthy life. They have the 30 Days to Healthy Living program with, yes, they have products. In order to be part of that program, you buy their nutritional products. But these are products you use while you try to help your body clear those toxins so you can feel better, sleep better, focus better, and even lose some weight. They help support the body. They're not doing it by themselves. They're supporting the body as it does its job, but they're supporting you in terms of when you're starting to feel frustrated, when you need information to understand the whys of what's happening. This is why I support and I promote the 30 Days program. I need you to do the same thing. I need you to do the same thing. I need you to consider that. I want you to stay around so we can share life experiences longer. Did you know that your body doesn't get full by saying how many calories you took in? It gets full by saying, how full does my stomach feel? These are all examples of 500 calories. And the first one is oil. Anything you put on food, fried foods, French fries, tempura, you name it, or even sauteing in oil. If you get 500 calories, this is how much it fills up your stomach. And you say, I'm still hungry, I'm hungry. Well, you had 500 calories, which is like almost a third of a daily diet. Why are you hungry? You've already had 500 calories. It's because your body doesn't measure calories, it measures fullness of the stomach. Well, here's cheese. Oh, it also doesn't fill up much. How about meat? Also doesn't fill up much. But then we get into potatoes, rice, and beans. And look at that, it's almost completely full, 500 calories. And yet people say, carbs bad. We have to avoid carbs. Well, there's a lot of nutrition in carbs. It also gives a lot of fiber, a lot of bulk, and helps our body feel fuller without having to have a ton of calories. And then fruits and vegetables. Boy, it goes over the top. It's really saying, I'm making you feel full, but it doesn't have a lot of calories, which is why when you put these two together, you get the best of both worlds. You get a ton of nutrients, a ton of minerals and vitamins. But this also has a lot. There's a lot, of vitamins and minerals and fiber in potatoes, rice, and beans, yet we've been told, don't eat those. Well, join the 30-day program, have me help you and coach you, and I can explain why what they're saying is all marketing. Please consider. So let me help you now. Give me 30 days. If you don't feel better, go back to the way you were living. I want to be able to have you as my friends and my colleagues and my family around for another 20, 30 years. I don't want to next year have to say goodbye to some more of you. I want to be able to say we're going to have a 20-year reunion and enjoy sharing stories of how we have lived healthier and more vibrant lives. Not that we became bed-bound or wheelchair-bound in a nursing home instead of a retirement community. I want to be able to say, I have grandkids and great-grandkids now that I'm having fun with. I don't want to be gone. I want to go on as long as I can and as healthy as I can. I want you with me. Please come with me. What do you have to lose? Message me now. On Facebook, I'm under Patricia McGuire. Email me at pmcguire@prodigy.net. Or even better, call me. I'd love to talk with you again. I'd love to help you make 2018 the year of health for you. Call me at 319-350-3646. Just do it. Because if you don't do it, I may have to cry over your departure. I may have to be at your funeral. And I don't want to do a lot of funerals right now. I want to meet people alive and energetic. Come join me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.